If you reflect back to the beginning of the CAP project, how did you feel about the topic of reconciliation?
Post-referendum, I felt a sense of sadness and also shame for Australia. I was anguished, but also hopeful. I wanted to be a change maker and see if I could influence other people's attitude. I also feel the topic of reconciliation has enabled me to think more broadly about the connection to country and what that means as a way of being.
How do you think and feel you have changed as a result of this project?
I feel that I'm more informed. I also feel that I'm more understanding that reconciliation is white fellas' work to be done in collaboration with Indigenous people. I've also been shocked on the what I believe to be ongoing racism in this country and people's ambivalence and lack of wanting to treasure and embrace 60,000 years of cultural history in this country. I feel that there's a lack of government accountability to support Makarrata, truth-telling, and I've changed how I think about what self-determination means for Aboriginal peoples. And I've also changed the way I think about the world that we live in and the land, water and air and just the whole essence of the universe. I know that is a big statement, but I actually feel still really challenged about a positive way forward for this country.
Can you share some examples of how the Rec SA CAP projects have created ripples of change in your community?
I think change in community starts at home. So I'm having different conversations and better conversations with my friends and family and kids and husband. And I think this challenges people's thinking. So I feel more able to have those challenging conversations and call out things that I have a different view on, or maybe some of the immaturity of their thinking. But I'd also just like to share an example about our community football and our Indigenous rounds and how much it has changed from one year to the next because I felt more informed. So the first year we did a round and we had Uncle Moogie do the smoking ceremony, and I didn't do a good enough job of involving the Aboriginal players in the Indigenous round and letting them speak. I should have empowered them to own the day, even though they were like under 16-year-old kids. I didn't give them the opportunity. And that was like a mistake. And if I think about the Indigenous round that we've been involved with community sport with women's football this year and how remarkable that was, and all we did was give them the space, give the Aboriginal players and the Aboriginal community members the space to actually create their own Indigenous round, create Guernsey, create storytelling. They created artwork. They told their stories, and it wasn't nothing to do with me. And so that seems shameful to admit that, but the change in understanding what amazing things can come out when you give people the space to actually celebrate their own culture and just actually walk alongside of them.